In this video, I show you 5 ways you can practice your guitar using a metronome and improve your timing. A metronome is an essential tool for a musician and something you should be using regularly in your guitar practice. Hi, this is Simon Candy from Acoustic Guitar Lessons Online.net, and despite the massive benefits you'll receive by practicing guitar with a metronome, many people avoid doing this. Why? Because it's hard keeping time with a metronome, which is kind of funny because the whole point of using a metronome is to do exactly that, improve your ability to keep time. By avoiding using a metronome in your guitar practice, well, your timing is going to suffer. In this lesson, I highlight the importance of using a metronome and 5 ways in which you can do so, resulting in the one thing all musicians must have, which is awareness of time and the ability to play your instrument in time. You're going to learn how to get started with the metronome, how to improve your rhythm, guitar and soloing skills using a metronome. I'll show you a great and fun way to test your progress with the metronome. Plus, I will show you the other purpose of a metronome. That could be the difference between making massive progress with your guitar playing in the next month, 6 months, a year and beyond. So let's get to it. Okay, so the first way we're going to look at working with the metronome in your guitar practice is to do it without a guitar. So I don't need my guitar for this. I just need a metronome and my hand to clap, or my hand to tap on my leg, or something to clap a rhythm. And what we're going to do here is we're going to set up the metronome. I'm going to go at 70 beats per minute. That's a good sort of slowish to moderate tempo. And we're going to start by simply clapping on the click of the beat. The 1, the 2, the 3, the 4 of the metronome. Okay, and we want to be bang on. That's our goal, to be right on the beat, right with the click of the metronome. And you should do this for a few minutes so you can see if you can consistently keep that time. Okay, you'll probably find inevitably you'll speed up, you'll slow down, and that's pretty normal. But if you can adjust it as you go, as long as you're aware when you're out of time, you can fix it. And if you fix it, it will become more reliable. You'll train to be having to have better time. Okay, so don't worry if you go out of time, just fix it. If you don't know you're out of time, that's when it's really an issue. So that's the first thing. We're going to clap like a quarter note rhythm. This would be, or crotchets if you like. So I've got the metronome. Look at our pulse. We're just going to clap to the click of the metronome, keeping time. And you will go longer than that, just demonstrating there for you. Now the next thing you can do is you can clap different rhythms to the metronome. So eighth notes would be where we clap twice to each click of the metronome. You're going to clap on the beat and on the off beat. Now the trick here is not to try and follow every single clap you're doing and try and, okay, I'm on the beat, now I'm off the beat, where's the on beat again, now I'm off, and then I'm on. It's never going to work for you. Just continue to focus with the clap on the beat, and the one that you do in between will be in time as long as the one that on the beat is in time. The one that's on the beat is in time. Okay, so that's really important. Focus on the claps that are on the beat. You might even accent them a little bit. And if they're in time, so will be the ones you clap off the beat. Okay, so we've got our metronome at 70 BPM again, beats per minute. And we'll start with quarter notes. On the beat. And now bring in the eighths. So when I'm doing that, I'm focusing on just every second one, basically making sure they're on the beat, on the click, and if they are, so will be the offbeat claps. Okay, so that's how you want to focus on that. Don't try and micromanage, if you like, every single clap and try and find that offbeat, because by the time you sort of try and find that, the onbeat's back on, and then you'll just be all over the place. I'm working at 70 BPM here, beats per minute, but you should work at a range of tempos when you do this sort of thing. 60 beats per minute, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, or different tempos, so you can get used to keeping time at various tempos as you typically need to do when you're playing music. Okay, so now we're going to bring the guitar into it, and a really good thing to do with the metronome is to practice your strumming to the metronome. Okay, so instead of clapping this time, we'll simply strum to the metronome. Now when you do this, at least initially, if you're really focusing just on the timing element, just do it with muted strings. We're just going to focus on the strumming, so we can just isolate it without any chord change, and I'm going to stay at 70 beats per minute here. And we're going to strum first. Let's just establish a down strum, a quarter note strum with our metronome. Okay, so we've got 70 beats per minute. Now let's add the 8th note in here. So we'll go down, up on the off beat. And it's the same with the clapping. Okay, focus on the down. And if the down's in time, the down strum's in time, the up strum will be in time. Okay, because as soon as you come down, you're coming back up on the off beat, and then you're ready to go down again. If each time you come back up, you're ready to go back down, that up will be in time. So we'll do that. Got our metronome here. So you might start with just downs again, just to get yourself started with quarter notes. And then the 8th notes. Focusing on that down, being in time. You could also do 16th notes, because that's very common in the world of strumming, right? 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4. And even more so important to really just focus on that one that falls on the downbeat. If you get that in time, everything else in between will be in time. So it doesn't matter how complicated something gets or how many kind of parts you're dividing the beat into with various rhythms. Just focus on what's happening on the beat, get that in time, and the rest will take care of itself. Okay, that's what you want to do here. So let's start with the quarter note strum again first, just to get ourselves started. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And then the 16th notes will go. Okay, so I'm really just focusing on that one falling on the beat, the one that falls on the beat, and I'm accenting it a little bit. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1. Now, something I should have said in the previous step, and it's also valid for this, is when you clap or you're strumming along to the metronome, count the beat. So you're not only keeping time, but you're also making yourself aware of which beat is what, where the 1 is. If you know where 1 is, you'll know where 2, 3, and 4 are. So when you play with the metronome, I'll just demonstrate here again. Let's say with the 16th notes, you'd want to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you don't have to say it so loud, but just under your breath, just as you're strumming. Now you don't always have to do this, but if you do it regularly, you'll start to feel where the beat is. And even if someone was to distract you as you're playing to a metronome, you'd come back and you'd know where that beat was. It would be ingrained. Okay, so another way we can bring the metronome into our practice is to use it with single note playing or soloing. So I'm going to use A minor pentatonic pattern. Good old pattern 1 in A minor here, right? This one. And we're going to play just little riffs and things from the scale to the metronome, but our focus is on timing. It's so easy when you solo and you're bending notes and trying to build speed and legato and all this sort of stuff. And what refs do I play? What notes do I play? It's very easy just to sort of forget or ignore timing. And that's the most important part, because all that cool stuff won't work, won't sound good if it's not in the pocket. We've got to have groove to what we play. So we can strip all that right now and just focus on that by playing different divisions of the beat, or dividing the beat up differently, different note values to our scale. So what I'll do here is I'll use pattern 1 to the click of the metronome at 70 beats per minute again. I'll start by just playing quarter notes, then I'll go into 8th notes and then 16th notes. So it's good just to play up and down the scale with each of those divisions to just feel them out first. And then the idea would be just to start to improvise little phrases and just totally focus on the timing. Get the click of the metronome. So I'll play the scale quarter notes. Just to feel it out. And then 8ths. And 16ths. 8ths, or quarters rather. 8ths, 16ths. getting used to it, then I can start to create some little I was doing a couple of other things there, triplets and whatever, but mainly it was quarter notes, eighth notes, and sixteenths. But the idea is just see right then I'm not thinking about what riff should I play. I'm not thinking bending and all that. I mean we can add those things in of course, but I'm really just stripping all that out. I wasn't trying to play some complete solo there. Or anything. I was just focusing on playing and thinking rhythmically and just fitting into the pocket, into the groove. Okay, so another way that we can work with the metronome in our practice, and this one's quite fun and challenging, is to drop beats out on the metronome. So most metronome apps that you get on your phone or iPad, you'll be able to drop out certain beats, meaning they'll still be there, you just won't hear a click. There will be nothing audible on either of those beats that you choose to drop out. And the idea is that you're still going to clap or tap the guitar or however you're making the sound, or if you're playing along to it, you're still going to clap on those particular beats that you're not hearing, and then the ones that you do hear you'll be able to see if you're able to keep your time. I'm going to set this metronome up where I drop out the second and fourth beats, so the click you'll only hear, or the beep you'll only hear on beats 1 and 3. Here we go, 2, 3. So you're hearing 1, 2, 3, 4. So when I clap to it or tap to it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. I started out a little bit around the beat and then got a little bit more onto it there. But that's the thing, it's great for developing your awareness time and keeping the beat consistent. So that's great training. Okay, really good training. And the whole thing with the metronome here is to instill great time, so then when we're playing music and we're expressing things on our instrument, we can play around with that time. We can be a little bit purposely behind the beat, ahead of the beat. That's feel. That's definitely what we want to do, but this is not the time for feel. This is being computer-like and building that sense of time, because once you've got a great sense of time, then you can stretch it and play with it and be expressive with it. Okay, and a final way that we could work with the metronome is a little bit different. It's obviously a great tool for working on developing your time, your awareness of time, your sense of time, your ability to keep a good consistent tempo. That's primarily what a metronome is all about. But it's also a great device for measuring your progress. It's something that allows you to know where you're at with a particular thing that you want to measure, and then setting a goal and checking in with it periodically to see how you're going. It's going to provide feedback for you essentially. So for example, let me just give you a basic example here. I might be measuring 16th notes playing pattern 1, and I want to know first, okay, I want to get faster with it. That would be my goal. But first, before I just sort of go and try and get faster with it, I want to know where I'm at. So then I've got a base to come back to and compare and go, okay, I've improved because I was here last week, this week I'm here, right? But you got to know where you're at to begin with, where you currently are at. So you check in and see. So 70 beats BPM, beats per minute. Can I play 16ths to that? Okay, fine. So can I do 80? Okay, so okay, fine. Can I do 90? And so forth. You go until you can find your max tempo. The max tempo is going to be where it does, just before it starts to fall apart, where it starts to get a little bit too quick. So let's just say, for example, that I can get 90 beats per minute, but I can't, get 100. So, okay, I kind of know where I'm at. I'm at 90, and let's say my goal is to get 100. So, all right, great. I know where I'm at. I know what I'm aiming for, reaching for. So now I go away and work on my technique for a few sessions, and then I come back and check with the metronome, and I'm going to know if I've improved because I know where I was at. I know where my breaking point was, And you'll find if you're practicing effectively away from the metronome, you come back and you check, you'll be able to see if you've improved. And it's fantastic when you do, because it's proof that what you're doing is working. It's really, really good. It's very encouraging, and it's, you know, an essential tool really when you're wanting to measure your progress in terms of, you know, building technique. But don't check with the metronome every single day. You know, check every 2-3 days. I mean, you've got to give yourself time to work on building the speed up and then coming back and checking with the metronome. One thing you can do, just a quick little strategy while we're talking about this sort of thing with the metronome. Let's say you can get 90 in this example with 16th notes, but you starts to fall apart at 100. One strategy to build your speed is to go, okay, I can get it at 90, it's falling apart at 100, let me try at 110. Now, why would you bother trying at a tempo higher than the one that you can't even get, right? Your aim is 100, you can get 90, why would you go at 110? Well, it's all psychological. If you try at 110, obviously it's going to be faster and you're probably going to suck at it, right? You're probably going to, things will fall apart. But do it anyway and then come down to 100. So instead of going up to 100, okay, I can do it at 90, let me go up to 100. That's harder to do than coming down to it. So if you just sort of, it's almost sort of tricking your brain. You know, you play at 110, it's a little bit quicker, it's a bit harder, it's probably not going to work out so well, but you do it for, you know, a couple of minutes, then come down to 100. Slowing down to 100 rather than speeding up to 100 is different. It's going to feel different, and you might find that you all of a sudden can play at 100 beats per minute. Making the metronome a regular part of your guitar practice will help many skills, such as fingerpicking. Fingerpicking is a great way to play an acoustic guitar. If you are new to fingerpicking or you've fingerpicked guitar before but find yourself stuck and would like help, the kind of help that gets you results in the most direct, efficient, fun way possible, then check out the Ultimate Fingerpicking Guitar course, a complete system for fingerpicking acoustic guitar, so simple even a beginner can learn it. I've carefully designed this course to do all the heavy lifting for you as far as knowing exactly what to do, how to do it, and when to do it in regard to mastering the art of fingerpicking guitar. All you have to do is follow the pathway I've laid out for you. In the Ultimate Fingerpicking Guitar course, you will learn and master all the key concepts, methods, strategies and techniques needed for fingerpicking, so you'll never put your guitar down again in frustration thinking, how the hell do I do this? You will also discover the exact order in which to do things, avoiding the all too common mistakes most people make when learning to fingerpick guitar. Have your hand held every step of the way with the Ultimate Fingerpicking Guitar course. It will take you from wherever you are at right now with your fingerpicking to where you would love to be, enjoying every part of the process along the way. So click the link in the description below this video and check out the Ultimate Fingerpicking Guitar course. Let me know in the comments section what guitar topics you'd like to see covered in future videos. I read every comment and I would really love to hear your suggestions. If you like this video, then hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell button so YouTube can let you know when I've released a new video. This is Simon Candy from acousticguitarlessonsonline.net. Thanks as always for watching this video. I really appreciate your time and I really look forward to seeing you in the next video.